want to say welcome to everybody who is registered for this Manifesting Through Music conference. I'm so excited to be here with you all today. Our special guest of the day is Blush. So I'm going to let her
Hi.
introduce herself and tell you guys about all the amazing things she's doing and what she has to teach today for all the artists who are on the rise.
Hi, everybody. My name is Blush. I'm a singer-songwriter, executive producer. I am an Emmy Award-winning vocalist. I've also just been nominated this year for my first Grammy for working on Mary J. Blige's Good Morning Gorgeous album, and I'm super excited about that. Took me 15 years, which I be trying to tell people, listen, this is a slow burn, honey. But I've definitely been in the industry since I was about 19. I've been singing my entire life. That's always been like my first passion. But as far as the music industry, I've been in the industry since I was 19. I moved from Pittsburgh to Atlanta, hopped in the car and just drove down there. I had an uncle there, but then ended up getting my own place there and just like grinding it out for a couple of years. I ended up meeting an artist named K Michelle and ended up doing her first album, which I did. I think I did about 11 out of 13 on that first album. Uh, Vocal produced, vocal arranged, did the backgrounds, wrote the songs, and ended up signing my first publishing deal in 2013 with Sony ATV. And then shortly after that, I moved to Los Angeles, where I continued to write. I did K Michelle's second album, which I did the whole album, wrote, vocal produced, did the backgrounds, and executive produced as well. And after K Michelle, I wanted to do like more pop stuff. That was my main reason for moving to LA, was to get into more pop and country and different genres. Atlanta is kind of limited when it comes to genres. There's not really pop artists there. There's not really country there. It's mostly urban, the urban side of music, which is fine. It's a hub for that. And a lot of good stuff comes out of there as well. But I just wanted to grow from that and just be more multifaceted in my songwriting. And I've released probably about 40 to 60 songs with major artists on major projects. And I think I've only missed 1 year of a placement. 2015 was like the only year in my career that I didn't work.
That's
To go for real.
amazing.
And so I've just been consistently working with everybody, just working with not everybody, but everybody, you know what I'm saying? In different rooms, I've done a lot of K-pop over the years. I've done country, I've done pop, I've done R&B, I've done rap, I've done everything really. And I'm here now to just sort of educate other aspiring creatives on what the journey really is, because I feel like a lot of the times we see the end result, or we see the accolades, or we see the overnight success, and it really is never that. There's so much work and understanding the business that really goes into the music industry, and it's a lot of politics. It's not, I wish talent was 100% the reason majority of the things happen in this industry for people, but it's just not always the case. Majority of the time it's not. It's a lot of politics, a lot of being at the right place at the right time. And, I just want to educate people so they don't get burnt out. You know what I mean? So they don't get resentful, so they don't get heartbroken, so they don't lose momentum, thinking they're not getting somewhere when really it's just about the pivot.
What are some of the biggest things you feel like artists need to know specifically before they start doing collaborations, or even just getting started with figuring out their own styles and how they want their sound and their music to impact the world?
I think it's very important to know the why. Like, do you want to be famous, or do you want to be impactful? Do you want to, are you in it to just create music, or are you in it to create music to be seen and heard? Like there's a lot of people who come into the music industry to be famous, just like a lot of people get on TikTok and Instagram to be famous. You know what I mean? They want their work to be seen. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that also means that you have to be willing to do certain things to just be seen and to just be heard and to be acknowledged, right? So when you're moving in intention, you detach from the journey and how it looks and how long it takes and how long it might take you to get to wherever your vision is for yourself. So I think the best thing to do is know yourself, set boundaries, know what you're willing to do and not do. Me personally, I set boundaries on hooks. I'm not writing hooks. I'll sing the hook that was already written, but I'm not living that life to be, especially for rap artists. I don't live, I don't live a certain way to be able to pull that up out of me. And that's really not something I've experienced in my life. I could fantasize about it, but it's also not something I want to write about a lot of the times. So I've set boundaries as far as like what I'm willing to write about and who I'm willing to work with and what I'm willing to have my name on. And that has stopped me from having a lot more opportunity, but it's also kept me at peace. I'm very proud of my track record. I'm very proud of the songs that I've had come out and what they're saying and what they mean. And it's all about the why. Like I wanted to be impactful. I wanted to write records that would reach people's hearts and souls and inspire them. Even if it's a sad songs don't always have to make you sad. Sometimes they can make you hopeful, and I wanted to make sure that I was always giving something that could be interpreted that way. And, if you don't know what you want out of this, it's going to put you in a hamster wheel and throw you down the stairs, so it's important to learn how to collaborate, figure out what you bring to the room. I'm amazing at melodies. I can also do top line, but my strong suit is melodies. You know what I mean? I know 90% of the time it's going to be my melody. And that's been tried and true, over and over and over. So I'm like, okay, I'm good at melody. Let me get somebody who's good at wordplay. Let me get somebody who's good at top line. I'm also good at top line, but I work better pulling from other people. I work better with the artist. I work better, with somebody, a producer who plays. I don't work well with tracks that I can't change, or, somebody just giving me a track is like, it'll die in my computer. Like, I'm gonna be real. I work better on the spot with the piano or instrumentalist, and we just vibe.
What would you say are a few things you wish that you knew before you got in that are really helping you to move through spaces well that most artists don't know when they're starting out, whether it's related to just knowing yourself or just experiences that you've had in the industry?
I think knowing the business. I think we just think the song just kind of like gets on the radio, and there's so much that goes into that. Like, when you deal with labels and you deal with, like, once you go in and do what you do with the artist, now it's up to the label. If it goes to the label want to do this, they want to do it like that. You might think it's a single, they might think it's an album cut. It just, and understanding that the split that you do in the studio a lot of the times ain't the split that's going to be at the end of the song, because they might have a musician come in, they might have another producer come in, they might have sampled and not told you. So I remember on one of the K Michelle songs, Hard to Do, there was 4 of us in the room. Okay. That was going to be an even split. But then because we sampled, is it Kissing You from Total or Missing You?
I can't remember.
I think it's Kissing You.
I've heard the song,
Oh,
yeah.
our song is Missing You is way too hard to do. That's our song. Kissing You by Total is what the producer sampled musically and what we sampled melodically. So they came in hot. Okay, so when you sample something, you don't have no jurisdiction over how much them people get. If you sample a song and the copyright owner say, I want 99%, That's what it is. All y'all walking away with 1%. Y'all got to split 1% up. So it's best to replay it, even with interpolation. It's still a high percentage of the song. And, you know, a lot of artists who don't write but have a name take publishing just because they're them, even if they didn't write the song. Some of them are coming in at 20, 30%, you know, and a lot of people don't know that. So just learning that, for me, it's better to build an artist than to try to hop on a moving train. Building with somebody from the ground up, like building with an artist from the beginning, you know, is more of a payoff than being on a well-established album, because a lot of the times it doesn't show up in your life. Like you might get more opportunity, but as far as the stability and all the things that you think come with a lot of these big records, it just doesn't. That's why you continue to see people working. We think it's because they just love to work. It's because they have to work. It's because they're capitalizing off of the opportunity, not necessarily the money that came from the opportunity, but other opportunities open. And a lot of the times you get a big record, you can do a lot of independent artists will come to you. A lot of people with money who want to do music as well, who aren't established yet, will come to you and want to do stuff with you and pay you.
So much good. I took notes. I don't know if you saw me looking down.
Girl, I just be talking.
And this was so good. And I feel like there's so many things that we could dig way deeper into. But
yeah,
before we close, I want you to give the people your social so they can follow you and what you're doing, and just share anything else that you have going on that you want them to be involved with.
My socials are her name is okay, one more time. My socials are at her name is Blush. That's on Twitter, that's on TikTok. I lied. My Twitter is Blush444. My TikTok is at her name is Blush. My Instagram is at her name is Blush. You can also go to my website at hernameisblush.com. And one thing I want to leave people with, especially my baby girls, protect yourself. There are a lot of predators out here, and it's predatory towards lack of knowledge, and predatory towards wanting it really bad. You know, you have to keep your integrity, keep your morality, remember who you are. If they're asking you to do something you've always told yourself you wouldn't do, unless it's growth, don't do it. Unless it makes you feel excited and not terrified, don't do it. And there's a difference, because anxiety and fear feel the same, but understand that there is a difference. And listen to your intuition, listen to your higher self. There are a lot of shady people in the music industry, and that's in every industry, but specifically the music industry is a place where predators thrive. And that's sexual predators, that's business predators. You know, people see your excitement, they see that light, and a lot of people try to manipulate it and take it and use it in ways that don't serve your highest self. And you will always be the one who has to pay for that at the end of it, because it will haunt you, and it will make you doubt yourself, and it will make you doubt your decision making. So remember to consult with yourself before you make these decisions. Don't just look at what people have, but look at who people are. Look at how people treat other people. That contract that they put in front of you says a lot about who they are and what they think about you. What they ask you to do and who they ask you to be says a lot about who they think you are and what they think about you. So remember that. Okay? And baby girls, bring that mace to the studio. Don't be scared to mace them. Don't be scared to say no. You do not need to go to dinner with him by yourself. You do not need to meet up with him at his apartment. You do not need to expose yourself in any way. You do not need to give him anything but that song and them splits.
Most of them so far have been like 15, 20 minutes, but
yeah,
like, We could turn this into a whole podcast episode.
Okay. Honey, I could tell y'all, I could talk about it. I just want people to be safe. It's very predatory. It really is. I just want people to never give up on their gifts because somebody made them feel worthless because of how they treated them, because of how they made them feel about what they have. And it's a very much, if you ain't got no hits, you ain't this, you ain't nothing and nobody. And that's just not true. Songwriter 101.
Yes.
Music
Soul
industry,
sessions
we
with
be
Blush.
working all the hustle culture. We not doing that. We being working smart, not hard.
Yes, alignment and
Yes,
trusting
alignment over
yourself.
hustle. I love that.
Yes. Thank you again so much, Blush.
Of
I took
course.
the notes so y'all don't have to. I mean, y'all should still take notes. But I
Yes.
will also have a document so that you have a direct link to all her socials if you missed anything. Make sure you signed up on the email list and register so that you can get the access to that information when it goes out. So thank you everybody for being here, and you again, Blush, and we'll see you all in the next
Thank
segment.
you. Have a good one, y'all. Be safe.
Peace.
Bye.